dreams. Breaking down the game like a championship team. No hot takes, just football facts. Blue and orange faithful got our backs. From Hollis to today, we carry the torch. Welcome to the show. Pull up a chair on the porch. Everything Bears show. Bears, let's go. Everything Bears show. Everybody knows. Everything Bears show. From the lake to the road. Everything Bears show. Chicago, let's go. The Bears never sleep. And neither do we. Everything Bears show.
Everything Bears show is off the chain. He's out of control right now.
Happy Sunday, Bears fans. Welcome back to the Everything Bears show, your home for Everything Bears. And what a stinker. What a stinker that was last night. I mean, we could really start anywhere, but it's silver lining right out of the gates. I mean, Wedge, if you had to pick, tell me one guy. Give me your MVP from the Bears last night. Just give me one name of a guy who stood out to you all night last night that was positive.
Man, you kind of caught me a little bit off guard, but there really is only one that I can say straight off the bat that I was impressed with from snap one to the end of the game. That's our boy, the White Rhino, Jordan Vandenberg, man. I mean, that dude has earned himself not only a spot on this team, but I think he earned himself a spot in this rotation moving forward.
How is it that what was he, 6th round pick?
Yeah.
How is he shining above and beyond any of the, I knew you guys were going to show up. I fucking knew it. Yeah, a 6th round pick, like just balling out more than anybody else. I don't know. Ryan Poles, we might have a problem. Yeah. We might have a problem. Has anybody ever said this? Hey, why don't you make like Jimmy Hoffa and disappear? Good to see you, Jimmy. Good morning. True Pilgrim, bear the F down, and really disappointed with yesterday's performance. It was horrible. We're going to get into that, True Pilgrim, and more. Stick around. True Pilgrim also. Don Burr, good morning. Let's see. That was fun watching the highest score offense. Fuck you. Okay. Yeah. No. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it, Don. We're going to fucking get to it all. Okay. Was an absolute horrendous, what the hell shit show. That's right, Jimmy. Are you all serious? I don't know. So back to the White Rhino. That's who we got. Okay, Vandenberg. This kid plays all game, which is I thought was weird. When I seen him playing into the 3rd and 4th quarter, I'm like, what's he still doing out there?
Yeah, no, and I mean he's looking strong, man. The dude's developing. They're giving this kid a ton of reps. One of the things that jumped into my mind after seeing him out there all game, I'm like, man, I think the Bears are trying to make sure this kid's in game shape because he's going to be a contributor on this defensive line.
I guess. But you looked at him all game. The kid's in game shape. He's in better game shape than our starters.
Mm-hmm.
Jervon Dexter, I'm talking to you.
Pointing at you, Jervon.
Good morning, Jay Grizz. What's up? Jay Grizz in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you. Plenty more of those days ahead, buddy. All right. You guys are already going at it.
Yeah.
But that's right, Don. It's just preseason. We need to calm down and relax, other than the lack of depth. A great pickup by Poles to grab Jordan Vandenberg, right? Good score. But when we were doing our live coverage of the draft, Wedge, we were pulling out our hair because when are we going to draft? the next one. Go defensive line. It's the next one. It's the next one. It's the next one. And now it's starting to rear its ugly face because our offensive starters, our backups, sorry, were getting manhandled by Cincinnati's defensive line, who obviously have some pretty good depth at their defensive line. And then our defensive line depth outside of Jordan Vandenberg is like, where is it?
Mm-hmm.
Where are they?
Listen, man, it's still tough to evaluate, right? Just like we weren't ready to anoint the Bears a Super Bowl champion, last year. The same thing. I'm not going to go out and anoint that they're going to be the worst team in the league either based off of a preseason game. The overreaction, but that's what we get to do, right? I mean, we get to overreact. That's the whole point of having these shows, right? Let's overreact, let's react, let's, do whatever we can here. So, but it does kind of bring to light that there's a reason why the Bears were being rumored in the Vita Vea thing, trying to throw their hat in the ring, right? I think it validates some of the things that we were saying earlier, especially after the draft, that was something that needed to be addressed.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week where we're hoping that the sum of the parts is greater than the single, person type of thing here. So it's to be determined still, I think, here. So I see the chat's just blowing up right now, and I love it. So.
Absolutely. I'm starting to lose my patience with that way of thinking of the sum of its parts.
Mm-hmm.
We need a damn football player back there.
Yeah.
Like because right now the sum of our parts is 4 defensive linemen just getting stonewalled and not getting any pressure on the quarterback at all. I mean, something's got to give.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, and I know last episode we had this whole, we had a whole Max Crosby civil war go on in the chat, and it derailed the whole show for about 30 minutes. But and I look at Pulse needs to, I don't know what, figure it out, make it happen, because the sum of its parts is not. I can't go a whole season like this. I can't. Somebody made a comment up there. I'm reading our comments of Jordan Love's going to be back there baking a cake. And he's not wrong. And I can't have it. We can't have it.
Yeah, especially even if you take the adage where they're building this defense from the back forward, which we all know is a terrible idea, by the way. You build it from the trenches, right? Anybody tells you that. But Paul's checking in. Any idea if we'll get any production from Shamar Turner at all this season? If so, is it going to be mostly at DN or D tackle? Paul, as far as we know, he's probably going to start the season on the PUP list. He's still trying to come back from that ACL. It does sound like, in what we've seen towards the end before he got hurt, he's going to play more at DN. I think that's what they have envisioned in him. He's slimmed down. He's starting to work more reps at the DN spot, so we'll kind of see what happens there. I think it's one of the reasons why we saw Marcus Davenport getting signed, because Shamar wasn't going to be ready for the season. They needed another body in that edge room. So that's our assumption right now. You could take that for what it's worth. That could change. It could be a Dio situation where sometimes he's on the edge, sometimes he's playing D tackle. But if I had to guess right now, I would say he's going to play more at DN than he will at D tackle. With True saying that Coach Johnson didn't look relaxed. He looked pissed after the game. And he should have been, man.
Yeah, that was a bad showing. I mean, our team just as a whole, maybe the joint practices kind of wore them out, maybe during the week or the Thursday. because they looked slow. They didn't look crisp. They got out physicaled. I don't know, man. It was a bad showing. I'll say that. As a team, it was a bad showing, and I hope Ben Johnson has them at practice out right now. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Smacking each other, full pads, lighting each other up this morning.
Last week they had a Sunday practice after the game. Yeah,
they did.
It was a walkthrough type of practice, but Drew Pulse needs to adjust the D line like he did the O line. He needs to be aggressive.
It's time to get aggressive. Yes, true. It's time to get aggressive.
The first to third rounders polls used on D have been underwhelming. Brisker, Pickens, gone. Kyler's hurt. Turner's hurt. Dexter, meh. Dylan, we'll see. I thought Dylan in the limited snaps that he played, he looked good. He was playing fast. So he's getting better. So that could be a bright spot there.
But he ain't in the trenches, though.
No.
He's on the back end. Somebody also commented a fact is that polls decided, you know what I'm going to do? I know traditionally in football, you build from the inside out. But what I'm going to do is the opposite. I'm going to draft secondary and then whatever. We'll do patchwork on the defensive line. It's not important. The secondary will help the defensive linemen. Ba-boom. Mind blown. Because it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. Check this out. Jay Gris. Antoine Randall was given the Portage Park Pop Warner Gators team I played for playbook to call plays with. And folks acting like we're running week 1 plays. First of all, hilarious. But Portage Park, Jay Gris, you were in the Jefferson Park area? As and I visited Portage Park quite a bit when we were kids. We'd go swim in the pool there.
It was right behind our house.
Pretty much, yeah.
Portage Park. And we would go over there, and the tender young age of like 9 or 10 braving the 10 meter.
Mm-hmm.
The 10 meter.
10 meter, yeah.
Man, I was pissing my pants up there. I did it a few times. I showed out. I did the 10 meter. Yeah. It almost blew my trunks off when I hit the water. I remember my trunks were down by like my knees. I'm like, oh shit. Under the water, pulled them up. Like, wow.
Where you could touch the bottom of that pool pretty much. What was it, like 18 feet deep, 16 feet deep or something like that?
Yeah. But that's a good question though, Gris. Are you from that area? Dude, that's our area. 6 Corners, baby.
It's where we grew up, man. Hell, I coached at Portage Park as well. I coached one of the Pop Warner teams after the house league kind of folded due to some tomfoolery there by people who were running it. So,
but right, Gris, to your point, everything in preseason super vanilla, right? This is a chance for coaches to analyze and evaluate their rosters, which is fine. As fans, we get to do the same thing. And what I'm seeing was, where the hell was where was the energy? Where was the physicality? Where did it all go? James Lynch, where the hell did you go? What happened to you?
Mm-hmm.
It just was like, it was not a good showing. Again, even though everything is vanilla there, was not good.
Yeah.
Our backup quarterbacks, are we screwed if Tyson Bagent gets hurt?
Well, we're talking about trading him away. Buenos dias. I told you so. From I Like Toast. My preseason overreactions are just getting me ready for the regular season. Hang in there, Toast. We talked about this before the show. They just look slow, unlike last week.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes.
They look slow compared to the level of competition. Is camp kind of wearing on them a little bit? I don't know. So Jay Gris says, yep, I'm 47. So that was around 88, 89. Jay Gris, just let me throw a name out there to see if you remember this name. He was very prevalent in the Park League. Just a sidebar here. Do you remember a Coach Michaels or Chris Michaels? Just curious with that. He was very involved with the house league. He used to coach the Seahawks back then, around that time. So,
Chris, we grew up around each other, dude.
Yeah.
Because we're the same age.
Sneaking into the Portage Park swimming pool and all late night. Dude, they used to have night swims too.
Damn, dude. What, Chris?
Well, we've
Small
probably
world.
seen Jay Grizz when we were kids.
Yeah, dude. Are you kidding me? We've bumped into each other. I know we have, because Wedge and I on our bikes, dude, we get all around. All around. 6 corners we're hanging out, because we lived, again, right behind Portage Park, essentially.
Yeah. We were, maybe a mile away? Straight down Irving Park at that point. So,
yeah. I just, Chris. All right.
Toffer's checking in. Jay Toffer. Good morning, fellas, from Northern Cali. Waking big time. Watching Vandenberg highlights. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, the shining bright spot from last night's game, Jordan Vandenberg. How can this kid not be in the rotation at this point, right? He's made a name for himself. Our starters are most likely, unfortunately, going to be Grady Jarrett and Jervon Dexter. But after 3 downs, and those 2 need to come out for a breather, it's got to be Vandenberg in there. You got to be.
Yeah. So, post Super Bowl 20, Bears tend to get arrogant the offseason after a playoff win. Remember the crackhead 2007 draft. Pure garbage after Greg Olsen was picked. True, that brings back memories, man. I got out of the pool once, my drugs were all the way down. Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago are Jimmy's early predictions, I'm assuming, for the NFC North.
That's it.
Had to explain to all the girls about shrinkage. Good for you, True. Good PSA for those young ladies.
The water's cold. Ladies, it was cold.
Yeah, especially those night swims, man. It's cold outside. Jimmy doesn't think we're going to be able to beat a Flores defense. So, so yes, he did. So, quick story on that. Continue the sidebar. Chris Michael was my dad's partner on the police force, so he was my pseudo uncle. So yes. As a matter of fact, we called him Uncle Chris, and his wife was my pseudo aunt as well. So, small world, man. Small world.
Super. That's pretty cool.
Any of these names, Yarmo Green and Mike Toos, don't remember that. But
Mike Toos, Yarmo Green.
Jimmy's saying, I don't see Rome carrying that wide receiver room.
He doesn't need to, Jimmy. We got Luther Burden, Jade Walker. We're good there. Khalif Raymond. Savion Thomas. He won't need to carry it, although he'll do a good job, because that would be another, if I had not MVP, because he only was on the first series, Rome looked good.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked fast, looked smooth. I'm not worried about Rome this year.
He's a bit bigger too. Like he did lift weights and put on a couple pounds of muscle.
So Don Burr saying that the Detroit defense is going to be a effing problem. Pass rush and waves. Okay.
Maybe your GM built from the trenches, started in the trenches. Maybe good on your GM, Don.
All day Jade, wide receiver 3. I told you, boys. Yep, that's pretty much locked in, I think.
Yeah. You could see the hard work that he's put in the offseason and working with Caleb and all those offseason programs where they would meet up and stuff. Jade looks great. That was a great catch by him.
Yeah, Jade's another guy who's looking pretty smooth and pretty fast as well. So there's a few bright spots in there, man. So back in the 70s, I grew up on Belmont and Kimball.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, not too far away.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. True's agreeing to the all-day jaw day. Jake Chris saying, we used to run laps around the entire park, and some of us would sneak off to the 7-Eleven at the corner of Irving Park and Cicero. You mean Central? Because we lived right at Irving and Cicero. That was 6 corners. But yeah.
Yeah, Milwaukee, Irving, and Cicero. Yeah.
But Central was the one there. Yeah, we would go there.
We would go there too.
So, Jakers, if you're familiar with that area, that high school that was a few blocks away from there, the Lutheran High School, that's where I went to high school. So, at Luther High North or Luther North, whatever you want to call it. Next thing you're going to tell me is that we went to high school together, which would be crazy. Yeah. So you'd have been a few years behind me, but yeah. So
yeah. So Grizz either went to, were you in the Catholic school league or were you in the public school system? Because we lived right by Schurz.
Yeah.
If my parents didn't send me to St. Pat's, I probably would have went to Schurz.
Yeah. Yep. So those were the 3 big ones around us: Schurz, St. Pat's, Luther.
Well, Steinmetz.
Yeah, that was a little bit further away, but that would have been probably closer to Toast, down there around Belmont and Kimball.
Oh, you guys got me talking about back home. Oh,
no kidding. Luther in his career has never faced a DB1 for 4 quarters.
Oh, he's gonna. This year, he's gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see it too. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Luther, man. The dude can run routes, and he loves choking your defensive backfield. So,
yeah, Big Mike, glad to see Don is still stalking his ex first thing in the morning. He ain't coming back, Don. It was you, not him.
Oh man.
Paul, if we keep 6 wide receivers, are all going to be active on game day? I don't see it. I don't see it either.
Yeah, I don't see that either, Paul. If we keep 6, I don't know. JP did himself a disservice last night.
True.
Go ahead.
I was gonna, I think, ask the same question. Who do we think would be the 6th wide receiver? After last week, I would say it was a no-brainer. It's Caden Davis.
So that's who I was thinking too. But then he also didn't do himself any favors yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what, Wedge? Before we went live, I think you nailed it. I think the night before, they went out and got like Skyline Chili and hung out and just partied all night. And we're not ready for this game because, again, James Lynch, where the hell were you? Caden Davis, what the fuck? JP Richardson, what the fuck? Like, it's just, left tackles. We're left tackles? Anybody? You got any left tackles? Check in the back. You got any left tackles?
Yeah, let's wait to open up that left tackle box. We'll get there next after wide receiver 6 here. But I still got to think, as of right now, it's Caden Davis. We didn't see Ray at all yesterday. JP Richardson, to me, looked bad. Had some bad drops, special team gaffes, everything else. Basically everything that could go wrong for JP Richardson did. I think he ended up earning himself a pink slip yesterday. Based off of what we've been seeing in the preseason, I don't think he's going to make it to the practice squad this year, even though he's been there the last couple of years. So I don't know, man.
Oops, I clicked on Phil's.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Philip, how's it going? Good morning, sir. Bear down, Bears brothers. That's right. Bear down, my friend.
Philip was a Gordon Tech guy.
Oh, Gordon Tech guy. All right. Gordon Tech had a great program.
Yeah. So, Had a couple of guys, a couple kids from Joel's neighborhood were Gordon Tech kids.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Gordon Tech, man. Great football program up there. Probably other sports as well, but since I was a football player, Gordon Tech, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Johnny is a stud. That Joker catches everything, man.
Yeah.
He's one of those UDFA gems that Poles is notorious for finding. He needs to find some more of that success early in the draft on defense. If he can mimic his UDFA success with defensive help,
he'd be the best GM in the league.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but yeah, Jade is a stud. He's really shaping up to, and again, to give the kid credit because he's doing all the work off the field. You know, lifting weights. He also looks like he put on some muscle weight during the off season as well, but he's got length and speed and size and then really good hands. So yeah, good point there.
Paul, if Jade's a stud, why did we spend a third rounder on a wide receiver? I'm intrigued by Thomas though I thought the plan was for him to be our version of Achane. You know, that was one of the big disappointments for me yesterday. Xavier Thomas wasn't even dressed.
I know.
He's
I thought we
still
were
got to be nursing something. Yeah. But I want to see this guy in the preseason, see what he looks like.
Yeah,
see what he looks like in pads.
I want to see what 4-2 looks like in a Bears uniform.
Yeah. And in full pads, too. Supposedly, everything we've been hearing, he's fast in pads as well. That's like football speed as well. Not just, you know, underwear speed, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Sure.
So
pajama speed.
Pajama speed, yes. Is Paul not like since he is known for their strip clubs?
Ew. Can you imagine a strip club in Cincinnati? Gross.
Yeah. Barlissimo, you joined us a little late. We gave the White Rhino his props, man. MVP of that game yesterday. If you were to pick out the one person that had the best game, start to finish, Jordan Vandenberg for sure.
Yeah, that's what we led the show off with. Barlissimo was Well, who was, if you had to name an MVP of the game last night for the Bears, who would it be? Vandenberg, like a 6th rounder. Okay, like what? Yeah.
AC's Adam is with us, man. He's concerned for old JP. I don't think he's going to be making the cut. And listen, a week from tomorrow is the 53 cutdown day. So next Sunday at this time, that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be figuring out who's going to make the 53, who's going to get cut, and then we're going to go from there. What I'm curious to see is, are they going to make any cuts during the week? It's not like it used to be where you had to get down to 70 by X date and then 53 like a few days later. Now it's just straight 90 to 53.
Yeah. And one swipe
of
the butcher knife.
Exactly. So, yeah. So we'll see. But hey, it's one of our favorite things to do, man. We'll get to predict the roster. So make sure you guys do your homework, and it'll be a lot of discussion. We'll go position group by position group, and we'll try to figure out and predict the 53.
Yeah, next Sunday's show is going to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing that. We did an exercise during the off season of it. It was a lot of fun. But now that we've gotten to see them perform, and we've heard all about spring training and training camp, and got to see them in preseason, this will be the definitive edition.
Right. Yeah. Final predictions. So. True. When you have a young franchise QB, you got to keep track.
Keep drafting weapons. Uh-oh. Is that Wedge froze or did I freeze? I'm going to guess it's me.
I'm back.
Was that you or me?
I'm pretty sure that was me because I couldn't click on comments. Like it just decided that it needed a Sunday morning breather.
Sorry, folks. I was just about to run a speed test on my internet to make sure it wasn't me, which I'm going to continue to do. So go ahead, Wedge, pick it up.
Yeah. So Barely Smells checking in. I'm a little concerned at the number of injuries to starters on both sides of the ball, particularly given that they've had hardly any reps.
Yeah.
The positive thing is this year, has it always been like that where there was like 2 full weeks between the last preseason game and the start of the regular season? For some reason, like I don't remember this extra week, but in terms of, us in particularly, aka the Bears, it's going to help, man. Kind of heal up these little nagging injuries for a little bit and then make sure that we hit the ground running. Joey's checking in, man. Bear down, boys.
Joey Good D, morning, how's Joey. It going? Good morning.
Welcome. Paul saying defensive weapons make a QB's job easier. Also, more possessions and help maintain leads. Yep. Ooh. Let's get ready to unwrap this. Theo Benedict would be the starter for left tackle for me if it was tomorrow. So let's jump into this, right? Is left tackle an issue?
It's a big ass issue.
It's a big question mark right now, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm with Berlissimo here. I mean, I've been pounding the table. Even though Theo didn't look great yesterday, I think he's better than what Braxton looks. Because at this point, let's face it, Braxton is Braxton. That's just it. We've seen what he can do. That's it. And he's coming back from a lower body injury. He's still not going to have an anchor. And so we just need to get over it. And Pulse needs to get over it too. Because he keeps forcing him into come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Don't lose the job. Don't lose no, we're done. Mm-hmm. Put Theo in and then cross our fingers that Ozzie doesn't take till week 8 to come back.
Yeah. Let's call it what it is, man. Braxton Jones I don't think he's ready right now. He got the start with the ones. He's going up against the backup D-end, was still getting bull rushed. And on top of that, he had the penalty in that first drive that absolutely killed that drive.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
On a holding call when he's on the backside of the play. Like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Right? I understand. You're going to have penalties from time to time, right? But if you're going to have a holding call, hold the guy that is going to get ready to kill your quarterback and take your penalty then. Not backside because your feet are in the wrong position and they're not moving correctly and your lower body is still an issue, right? It's just, I don't know, man. Is left tackle an issue? To answer the question, yes, it is. It's. I don't know. I don't know what the timeline is for Ozzie. We've heard that he was participating in one-on-one drills, but not in full team drills.
Right.
What does that look like for timeline? I'm not sure. We still have 3 weeks before the beginning of the season. Just a shade over, I think it's probably like 24 days roughly. Before the season starts, might be closer to 21 now. It might be 3 weeks from today. But yeah, man, it's got to be something that needs to be looked at. And we saw Wills and Karan at right tackle They didn't look good there either.
They sucked over there too.
Yeah. And then when they put Karan back at left tackle, it was a shit show. So to me, Karan is one of the first people cut off of this roster. Still.
Goodbye, Karan Hamagaji.
Mm-hmm. I have a little bit more hope for Wills. He looked a little bit better at right tackle, but not much, which isn't saying a whole lot. So he might be a casualty as well.
He might
right?
Be.
If they go out and have to sign somebody for left tackle, he's definitely gone. Or best case scenario for him is probably the practice squad.
Are you calling Decker at this point? You making a phone call now to Decker?
Think you have to.
Yeah.
Right? You just can't sit on your hands.
Because let's say Theo does win the left tackle, right? And we don't know how well he's going to play out there, but okay, so he's your starter. Who's the backup? Because we have to operate right now like Ozzy's not coming back because there's no time frame. We don't have a time frame. So as far as I'm concerned, he's not even there. I know he's ramping up, and that's great, but we got a game coming up against the Titans. It's a preseason game. Then there's a week off, and then it's week 1. I would be calling Decker and saying, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? How's those legs? How's the back? How's everybody doing?
Still working out? Yeah.
Are you still lifting? Okay." Because, we don't know when Ozzy's coming back. I mean, obviously, up at Hallis, they got a better idea than we do, but you gotta figure that out because Braxton ain't the answer, Wills ain't the answer, and Amagaji ain't the answer. And the only one left is Theo.
Yeah.
And I know I've been saying it nonstop for months now that the left tackle was going to be Theo, and here we are.
Mm-hmm. We're talking about left tackle with one preseason game left. Yeah. Not good at all.
No.
Paul saying the one good thing about T. Smith being hurt so often is we might be able to keep him on the practice squad without suitors trying to get him on the 53.
That's okay. That's good silver lining. I'll take that, Paul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
It's true. It's true.
Don Purr's giving us the rookie report over in Detroit. Derek Moore, Blake Miller, Skylar Gill, Howard Keith, Abney all look good. Okay, good.
Those are his waves and waves of pass rushers.
Yes.
No, yeah.
I must be. So. True's thinking that Braxton is the starter until Ozzy gets back, man. We're there.
We're fucking doomed. If that's true. If that's true, we're doomed.
Mm-hmm. Where Barely Sumo is kind of on the same train of thought as you. Trapillo is by far going to be the best option, but Benedict is better than the other options right now. So
I'm thinking
Benedict, obviously, he's going to be better in the run game. Still a little bit of a liability in the pass game. But, he can at least hold up to a bull rush.
Yeah, I was going to say less of a liability than Braxton. Because I think I heard Greg Bragg say yesterday, even when you see Braxton's run blocking, it's not good.
Yeah. So
the recent tape of Braxton Jones, his run blocking is not good.
You would think, man, if you need to work on your anchor, just looks like that dude skips leg day every freaking time, doesn't it?
It does.
He's huge from the waist up, but
yeah.
From the waist down, he looks like he has chicken legs.
Skinny little legs. He does, and he does. He does. So,
come on, man.
It's not going to help the anchor.
No. Big Mike, why is Don listing players from the last place team? We're supposed to know any of those players' names.
That is kind of true, Don. When you have to, I only knew Derek Moore because he was somebody that we could have seen ourselves drafting, but those other guys, I don't know who they are, Don.
I recognize the right tackle name too because they picked him in the first round. Were the Eagles the only defense last year we faced that we dominated or lit up that wasn't ass? Maybe. Not saying our offense is or was trash. Perspective matters, though. Steve's confirming it's 21 days from today for the kickoff. So let's get it.
Counting down the days, Steve. Counting down the days.
Yeah, good times. Good times. You guys are on fire in the chat today. I love it. I love seeing the back and forth.
It's a battle royale out there.
Yeah. Ozzy should be back at least by midseason. He should be ready by then. Yeah, I'll be curious because pretty soon they're going to have to declare him for the PUP list if they think that he's going to be out for the first 4 weeks.
Correct.
And then we'll have our answer. If they don't put him on PUP, I would say, by this time next week, then we kind of get our answer, right?
At the 53 cut down, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So just scrolling through. Holy cow.
I know. Okay. There's a lot of smack talk going out there this morning. Boys, Sunday morning, everybody's in mid-season form right now. I love it.
Yes. Braxton looks like his hammies are tighter strung than a cocaine addict strung out dude on his piss test day. Okay. All right. So while we're talking left tackles, right tackle, we feel pretty good about, obviously, right? Darnell Wright is going to be our guy. Theo, I think, is going to be a solid backup as well. He'll end up being the swing tackle. Do I think Braxton Jones will eventually get a little bit better? I do, but at the same point in time, it just looks like he needs more time. Like, where was he for some of these reps? It would have been nice if he was able to get in last week to get more of these game reps, because he's been nicked up for so long. I think he's kind of in that situation where he has to gain confidence in himself, just like Ozzy. Like, you got to learn to trust the knee again, where Braxton needs to learn to trust his lower body. So we'll see.
I'm not optimistic.
Yeah. Barely smooth. Dude literally cannot sink his hips. I hear when he tries to touch his toes, he pitches forward on his head, barely able to bend at his waist. So,
So yes, left tackle right now is an issue.
Yeah.
And they're gonna just have to tough through it and fight through it until they got their answer. Or until Ozzy comes back. That's it. Because, like, so with Theo being the starter, who's the backup in case Theo gets hurt? Fucking right back to Braxton.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. And it would have to be. And what do we think best case scenario for Ozzy is right now? I mean, best case for the Bears would be week 1.
Yeah.
I'm still not totally eliminating that. I don't think they would have brought him off a PUP if they didn't think that he could be ready by week 1. Right? Just trying to read between the lines here. All right. The new holistic.
Buongiorno.
The Paisan is here. And good news, fellas. I'm confirmed to be back in town for the Eagles Monday night game. Hopefully see you at the tailgate. FGB Bear Down. Let's go.
No way. So not only you coming stateside, you're going to the game? Monday Night Football against the Eagles?
That'll be a good one, man. Maybe that will be their breaking out party again for this season. All right, let's stick with the offense, huh? So
stay on the offense, yeah.
Left tackle. Let's we talked about it last week, but we have a bigger sample size now for running back 3. RB3 competition. What did you see as, and are we thinking that Roschon is trying to win himself that a position here, or what here? So,
well, I'm personally, I know he had an okay showing in the game, but I'm done with Roschon. For me, if I'm making the call, there's very little Roschon can show me anymore. Where I'm off the Roschon shit. Ahmed and even Britton Brown, they can play special teams just as good as him. But what they bring to the offense is more than what he brings to the offense, just in my opinion. So I don't know. What say you about Roschon?
Yeah, I'm in the same. We know exactly what we get with Roschon here. So I want to see somebody with a little bit more explosiveness. Somebody that can make a play. Like Ahmed kind of reminds me of the old kind of third down back where he's a good receiver, can break something type of thing as well. So Paul's saying, before we get off the left tackle here, this idea could probably screw up chemistry. But could we open with Tooney at left tackle? If we get a lead, move him back inside, replaced by Braxton or Theo. Do this till Ozzy's ready.
There is that nuclear option.
Yeah. I mean, they did it in the playoffs, so I don't think ideally you want to do that.
Right.
But if you had to, he would, and he would. And then you'd probably put McFadden, would be my guess, there. So, they did against the Rams. But
so if Theo stinks that bad, then yes, we could definitely do that maneuver.
Yeah. Do you think that the Bears would bring anybody else in after cut down at the running back position?
At running back? Yeah, sure. I mean, if and they are, but I was going to say if they're paying attention to the landscape of when teams cut down to 53, for instance, with the joint practice we had with the Bengals, there's that kid. He's like their third or fourth stringer. His last name's like London on the defensive line. I think Paul should be looking at this kid if he doesn't make the team to bring him in because our defensive line is kind of horrendous. So to your point with the running back, they should also be doing the same thing there as well. But I don't know. I like Ahmed. I like the cut of his jib. I like how he runs. I like his shiftiness, and I think he adds well to the running back room, much better than Roschon. Because again, Roschon's like he's a one cut, and that's it.
Yeah, kind of one trick pony with that, right?
Yeah, and we need somebody a little more versatile.
Yeah, Roschon he does nothing for me, man. Like, I've yet to see him do something that I was like, whoa, that was cool. There is no wow with Roschon. It's, he's the old typical 3 yards in a cloud of dust back. So
correct. He falls forward. I'll say that.
Yes.
Roschon falls forward, so that's good. So his 2 yards in a cloud of dust turns out to a gain of 3.
Yes. So I did see he got the old Guardian cap knocked off of him the other day. They had to put that back on. So
yes.
That's the other thing. Obviously, the guy's had a few concussions, so not that stops you.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah. But between Ahmed and Britton Brown, though, that competition could shape up to be pretty good to see who makes the team. And then, like you said, you could also be looking at elsewhere around the league to see what other running backs could be available if you're not completely sold on Ahmed or Britton Brown.
Mm-hmm. Rojo is only good for the 1 yard TD and 5 to 7 yard catch on 3rd and 2. True says Ahmed is clearly RB3. Why the hell are we messing around with Roshan? That's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I feel like this battle should be over.
In our minds, it was, Wedge. When we started,
Mhm.
The preseason portion of the foot, we were like, yeah, Roshan's not making the 53.
Yeah.
We knew it from the get-go.
We had him cut way back when you and I were standing in the butcher shop talking about it. So
that's right.
Jay Grizz flying across country, baby.
The globetrotter.
All right.
Jay Grizz is globetrotting.
Get that last minute vacation in, man.
There you go. Before football season starts.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Who Britton Brown, best case scenario for him is going to be practice squad. He's been there for quite a while, but he could be an elevation, but at this point, I think that's pretty locked in. I could see Roshan sticking around a little bit if Monangai is not going to be back for week 1, though it sounds like he should be with the hyperextended knee. We haven't seen him. I'm a little bit disappointed we haven't gotten us any Monangai runs in the preseason, but we're just going to have to wait.
I hope this Monangai thing, I really hope he doesn't miss games.
Yeah.
Plural. Because, damn. I mean, you can't, it's like a boxer with one arm tied behind his back. It's not fair. Look at this. Holistic.
I was reading this.
If anyone ever brings up the pizza debate, Italy versus USA, this did not go where I thought this comment was going to go. I can't wait to be home for great pie. Italy's pales in comparison to tavern style, especially. Now, pasta, Italy's is untouchable. I can't believe the pizzas in Chicago are better than Italy's. Hey,
Yeah, I keep hearing that the pizzas over in Italy, they're kind of minimalistic, man. Like minimalist sauce and toppings and stuff. Yeah.
Because that was its origins, right? It was for the people who were impoverished. Those were their meals, a little dough, little sauce, like you said, light sauce, maybe chop up some tomatoes, throw it on there. If you were lucky enough to have cheese, you could sprinkle a little cheese on there, stick it in the oven, and that was what you were eating for dinner. And then, of course, in the United States, we're so decadent that we're like, what about 3 inches of cheese? Let's do that.
Double sausage and mushroom, yeah.
Yes. But yes, tavern style, man, you cannot mess with tavern style pizza. You can't mess with it. It's the best.
This is somewhat funny. Translation: he's on his way to another cell of can't type with handcuffs on.
Wow.
Okay. Salute Grizz and welcome back. I'm just still here laying the smack down on all these jabronis. Okay, I posted a pic of my Portage Park Gators team on the Discord, by the way.
Nice. Look at him going to Discord.
Yeah. What's sad, if we could get former Bears backup running back special team ace Adrian Peterson type production from Rojo, that would be a win. Rojo, a 4th rounder. Peterson, a 6th rounder from a small school, 4.65 speed. Okay. Boys, create.
Good morning.
Welcome, sir. to elaborate a little bit on the pizza, boring, floppy. Yeah, the ingredients can be spectacular, but once you go American, you can't go back.
Wow.
And Jimmy's already dialing up his local pizza joint. We had pizza last night, as a matter of fact.
I mean,
for the game, I didn't feel like cooking anything. So, okay, football. Sorry, hold
on. No, we do food here too. Okay, yeah. Everything Bears. There should be a little Italian beef underneath the Everything Bears logo.
Jimmy's in the pizza capital, New Jersey.
Oh, you're in Chicago, Jimmy? Oh, New Jersey. Oh, wow.
Okay. Matt's checking in. Dial looks like absolute slow-moving crap. Who cares if he hits a 4-string quarterback? We have 0 pass rush. We need Crosby.
I was making this argument early on in the show, and I will do it in a little bit here.
Yeah, it just... All right, let's talk about it. All right. Let's switch from the offense. Let's go to the defense. It's got to happen, I guess. So
let's go. Here we go.
All right, let's do it. Interior D-line and what the rotation is looking like. We'll talk about the edges as well while we're talking about it here. So, all right, fire away.
Yeah, well, when it comes to interior D-line rotation, we could just keep plugging Vandenberg because this kid is the shining light of our defensive line, and that's in its entirety, edges and interior linemen. This kid's motor, his speed, his get off, his violent hands. I mean, he's got a club arm that would probably cut a tree in half. The kid's given his very best to make the team. I don't know why they played him all game. It's crazy. But he's absolutely going to be a piece in the interior rotation.
Mm-hmm. I think Drew brings up a good point here too. We touched on it briefly before. Dial is not an edge. He is an interior guy.
Yeah, at best.
Mm-hmm. So according to Ben, I'm sure the reason why we didn't get to see Booker in this game is because he already hit his rep limit for the week, right? That's how we determine if they're playing in the preseason game. So I agree. I like Dio better as an interior guy, and I don't even know if I like him that much as an interior guy. So that tells you what I think about him out on the edge.
Yeah. He'd have to have a phenomenal season for them to let him stick around for his last year in the contract. He's probably gone, but I'm not a future teller. I can't tell. Maybe he balls out of his mind. I don't know. I just, again, this is across the board. Between Roschon, Braxton Jones, Dio Adangbo, Gervon Dexter, I've seen enough. I have seen enough. We've seen your plateau. We've seen what you bring to a team. We can't use it on this football team. I'm sorry. I don't think any of that's going to change this season, where all of a sudden you're going to start playing into the person we thought you were going to be. It's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Dio Adangbo was included, if I didn't say him either. But yeah, we've seen what we're going to see from them, and that's kind of it. I wonder at what point during the season, though, will that interior D-line rotation, it's going to take shape. It's how it's going to start off week 1, we already know. Grady Jarrett, Gervon Dexter. Those are going to be the starting interior linemen. But when their rotational pieces come in, Gallimore, Vandenberg, Street, we might see these cats getting more snaps than the first 2 guys I said.
Yeah. Paul brings up a good point here, man. If Turner's healthy, I bet the Bears would consider trading Dexter before he hits free agency. I don't think the Bears are going to give Dexter another contract from what we've seen, right? 6 sacks seems to be a ceiling. It was kind of like Montez Sweat. They're quiet sacks, man. Right?
Yeah.
I get it. Sacks are sacks, right? But how much of that was in garbage time or whatever? I don't know. I'd have to do it, but he just he just doesn't pop off of the page, man. Like the old eyeball test tells you that Dexter. I don't think he's going to be around on this team. Could he get traded at the trade deadline? I think if we see Vandenberg start taking the next step, or Street and Gallimore are playing better than him, for sure. Like that's going to happen. And you might not get a whole lot for him. You probably would be lucky if you get anything, around a 4th rounder for him. Possibly. You might even have to just take like a 5th, a 6th, or a 7th just to start stocking picks, because people will, at that point, they'll just wait it out and sign him in free agency. Right. So you're not going to get anything high for him. It's not going to be a sign and trade deal or anything like that. So I just, that will be one of the names that will be up for the trade deadline. I think, there'll be a few other ones that we'll have to look at as well. We'll see how the beginning of the season starts and how some of these players play, but there might be a few guys up on the trade block that they might just try to stockpile picks for.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more excited for the guys we brought in, like Gallimore and Street. Because what they've shown us, they've shown me more in the 2 weeks I've seen them play than I've seen from Dexter and Grady Jarrett.
Mm-hmm.
I would be happy if they started week 1.
Yeah, Dexter lining up in the neutral zone on a 3rd and long, which made it, 3rd and short. And you're just like, really, dude? I mean, I saw it I was like, Dexter's lined up off sides. And here comes the flag. I was like, and shit, I was right. So, which we'll save the penalties for a little bit later. But, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see what shapes out, but I could see some of these people kind of moving back in the depth chart being switched around quite a bit within the first few weeks, just based off of production. So that's going to be a work in progress. Ballers saying Tayo should be paid the league minimum. Yeah, he cashed out, and I don't think anybody else is going to get policed by that again. That's for damn sure. So.
Yeah.
Left tackle's a huge problem. Yep, I'm hoping these coaches can do something. Baller, I know he joined us a little bit late, but yeah. So Baller's getting his 2 cents in here, man. Turner's more of an edge. He's got a lot of pass rushing moves in the tool bag, but doesn't know how to use them inside. So
that's true. But the problem also becomes we don't know when we're going to see him.
Yeah.
He could miss the first 4 games of this season, and who knows beyond. I mean, it'd be great to have the kid on the field so we can see what he could do, what he can contribute to the defensive front. But with him not being available, I mean, shit, man, we're stuck dealing with the players that we got that are available.
Mm-hmm.
Ship Dexter to the Raiders in a package for Crosby.
Well, he
has 6 sacks. And you know what? You're right, because he typically gets all his sacks before the trade deadline. So I see what you did there.
Yeah. So he's saying Dexter in a second for Crosby? Would you do it? Yes, I would do it too.
The problem would be, would the Raiders go for that?
Yeah, exactly.
Hell no.
Big Ballers saying, nah, he's out on Dexter or Decker. He's too slow. A reason Detroit got rid of him. So,
Is he slow? Well, I mean, yeah, Ben does shift and pull his linemen a lot. So if he's slow, I guess that would be a detriment to the offense, I suppose. I did not know that about Decker's game.
Yeah. I'm sure Ben loves Kyler Gordon rocket shades and all the diamond necklaces he fleeced from Poles. I was a little bit surprised he made the trip, weren't you?
Well, so yeah, but you're trying to get into the warm graces of your teammates, the coaches, so you go to those things, but maybe wear less jewelry. Humble it down a little bit. Big time, prime time, Kyler Gordon. Why don't you settle it down?
I really didn't. I think we said everything we needed to say about Kyler Gordon last week. And I don't know if I'm willing to reopen that wound quite yet. We still have another week before we really have to get into the weeds with Kyler Gordon again. So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, buddy.
I just noticed something. Most of the success Allen had in New Orleans was being coach on the team with a Hall of Fame QB. Had safeties there. Sharper, Roman Harper were Pro Bowlers, all pros on that team. DA's thought process?
Maybe, but he had Cameron Jordan.
Yeah. And he had a good D-line as well.
Yeah. But yeah, you wonder how much input comes from DA to Poles of like, hey, this is how I want to build the defense. There could be some DA influence there.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Johnson was really happy for DA when we drafted Thieneman in the first round. But bam, DA, we got Thieneman. So like that must have been something they talked about.
Yeah, well,
instead of going for defensive line. Sorry.
You look at it too. What was the big free agency signing in the offseason? It was another safety, wasn't it? Kobe Bryant, the big contract there. I mean, probably the second biggest splash they made was Bush in the linebacking core. So, Big Baller saying the Bears missed Bajan after last week. I wanted to lock all the Bears in a cave so we don't get any more injuries. It'll be okay, man. We'll be all right.
We got it. Oops, that was the one I was going for.
Yep, good.
Temple of Aten. I'm going to call you Temple. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much. What do we got here? Let's see. We have the hardest schedule in the NFL this year. And with this defense, the offense will have to score 30-plus points a game. Get ready for a 500 season. Temple. You're right. But I don't know about the 500 season. Because I'm going to I'm going to see your 30, and I'm going to raise you 20.
50 burgers.
50 burgers, baby. And then with that 50 burgers, we're going to be 13-4. Okay, we're just going to win a lot of track meets. But Temple, thank you for coming. Stick around. I see you commented a little bit later, too. We'll get to that, right? We cruise through these. You guys are on fire this morning. This is great. And thank you for subscribing. Again, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, do all that good stuff. It's free. It's free, baby. And what's love shared between Bears fans? Give us a thumbs up. Jay Grizz, that's not my style. Oh, you guys are... this is an argument statement.
Yeah.
I was about to start reading this. Why'd you read it?
That hypes up Pat stuffing Lions and their rosters, all the talent, and you still have made it past the conference championship in your entire life. Lion. Paul was kind of just an observation he made, talking about those safeties, that those Saints defenders were the stars on that championship team.
Having a good pair of safeties gets you far. It really does.
Temple's all all on board with your 50 burgers, man. So
Got to.
this is what happens when you don't address the defense in the draft. ...
I mean, Wedge and I, we covered a live watch party of the draft the first 2 nights, and we're absolutely sitting here stunned. Absolutely, like, what are we doing?
Like Big Mike says, what the hell are you talking about, Tim? We did address the defense. We drafted more offense.
Yes. That was their philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
A great defense is an even better offense.
That's right. Big Ball, you know what? There might be something to be said here. We needed a good loss, a good belt to ass that we can learn from. So
I think there's truth to that statement. They could absolutely take this performance, show it to the team today or tomorrow when they show up at Hallis and go, well, what in the fuck was that?
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run you. I'm gonna run you until you puke. And then we're going to run the plays over and over. Ben was not happy at that press conference.
I couldn't believe that I saw Ben crack a smile a few times during the game. I was like, who is this guy? Like, he was having some type of out-of-body experience or something.
Now you got it. He was so pissed. You ever been there? Come on, guys. I've been there. Happens to me at least twice a week. Where you're so pissed, you start laughing. You're like, hey,
this
Mom, what's wrong with Dad? Mom, what's wrong with Dad? Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, you just might want to give him some space for a few hours.
That's right.
Temple said he's been a Bears fan since '75, baby. So
right.
He's in with the long haul with the rest of us here.
Yes.
Maybe I don't know football, but if Maurice Alexander makes the practice squad, since he was formerly a college QB, shouldn't he mimic opponents' mobile QBs? We have had too much trouble with those types. Okay. They use those practice squads in all kinds of different ways. So, but he's right, man. Those mobile QBs seem to kill the Bears. Look at Snoop Huntley last year with the Ravens. That one seems to stand out the most.
Yeah. Malik Willis.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say his name right? The backup who came in for Jordan Love.
Yeah. Yeah.
He also gouged us pretty good on the ground. I don't know though, but we did our linebacker speed has improved. So a lot of that lateral quickness, hopefully we don't get gouged by Kyler Murray or any other mobile quarterbacks we come across this season.
Yeah. By the way, what happened to all the good stuff we heard? All the scrimmage versus the Bengals. Where did that go? So everything we were hearing out of there was it was a good back and forth on there. The one thing that I was very pleased to hear was that Jalen Johnson was locking up Jamar Chase. Like, that was one of those things where that was very evident. We saw the one clip where he was breaking it up, but Jalen Johnson had himself a nice little scrimmage there. So it's good to hear that he's rounded back into form. So that will be a huge lift for this team, having somebody who can, hold down half of the field there. That would be great to see him bounce back to where he was before that core injury that he had.
Yeah. And Jalen really wants to sit down to renegotiate his contract with Ryan Poles after the season. So he's going to be balling. Yeah. Jalen's going to be balling.
Hey, crushed velvet's getting expensive, man. So if you want a couple more suits in different colors of that, he's got to make a little bit more money now. Damn tariffs. Fellas, remember, we have a few new coaches and coaches in different roles. So this preseason is also for Ben to get his boys set straight. The staff is going to be whipped into shape along with the rest of the team. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they gave Al Harris play calling duties in the second half. So
pretty cool.
Yeah, Antoine Randall again as well. So it's good to see that these guys are taking the time to invest in the rest of the staff. It's not only preseason and training for the players, but Ben Johnson is treating it that way for the coaches. I don't remember as much of this happening last year, and that's probably because it was the first year. But it's awesome to see that he is helping these guys develop. I love to see the fact that Al Harris is getting the opportunity to call defenses. Makes me a little bit more scared that it's going to make him more marketable. Correct. But at the same point in time, that you can't go into it looking at it like that, right? I mean, if the guy gets promoted, that's a feather in your cap. We got to figure it out type of thing. Or you look at it, the other side of the coin is maybe they're getting him ready in case they got to make a change at defensive coordinator.
Correct, because if the defense finishes in the bottom 3 again, that may be it for DA, and then you would just shoe in Al Harris. I actually heard it wasn't Antoine Randall calling plays. It was Coach Dre.
Okay.
Calling the plays.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I was rooting for Al Harris too when I heard he was calling plays there in the second half. Too bad the defense looked just as crappy as they did in the first half, so it really didn't matter. The poor guy.
Yeah, I mean, his boy Manning really let him down, let's be honest, man. Like, that dude just got torched.
They should have just left him. They should have left him in Cincinnati.
Yeah. I mean, undrafted guy out of Oregon, man. He took a big piece of humble pie, that's for sure, after that game. So
he was getting killed. I mean, and they were just throwing to him over and over and over. I was like, take him out. Take him off the field.
Yeah. It's like they saw something in that scrimmage and like, okay, wherever this guy's lined up, we're just going to work this kid.
Yeah, just throw it to his side of the field.
Big Mike saying our defense doesn't need coverage. We need guys that can hit. The number 1 ranked record-setting offense will take care of the rest. Enjoy the new Chicago Bears. Jarritos.
Oh, it's not zooming in on my face. Jarritos. It's not a Miller Lite or a Bud Light. Don Burr was saying Ezra's drinking a Bud Light this early and smoking a joint. That's what kind of game it was yesterday, Don. You don't know me.
Big issues last night's game since he was punting too far upfield, pinning us deep.
Yeah, we couldn't get past midfield to save our effing lives.
Is this the alter ego of Toast? Like, I don't know. We have a couple of these, right? Is it just me, or is it sacrilegious for our Bears not to have a good to great defense? Defense wins championships. You have some like-minded brethren in the chat here. I suggest that you reach out to I Like Toast. You guys are cut from the same cloth, as they say.
Well, it shows our age. We're older guys. This is what we were used to seeing. And then I think it's still a moniker that it still ranks true in the NFL. Defense wins championships. You got to have a pretty good defense because when playoff time comes and you don't have a good defense, you get exposed. Like, period. So, yeah, having a good defense. It's just that the trajectory for the Bears now is not good run game, great defense. We don't have that. We're starting to like shift away from that and starting to implement a more modern style of offense and even team building. We're just going to load up on weapons and just outscore you. That's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
In a track meet, like the game we had against the Niners last season, right? It was final score 48-45. We're going to see a lot of that this season. And you can either go with the flow, welcome it, or us old guys will be like, where's my fucking defense?
Yeah.
Need my defense.
Like Big Mike says, defense hasn't won a shit in 40 years. We need to draft more tight ends.
So there's that. So that's a thing. And this is kind of where I think I've started to do a little bit of a turnaround and kind of embrace maybe what they're doing. Aside from being really pissed off about having no defensive line, just give me that. Can we get some pressure on the quarterbacks? But anyways, on the offensive side of the ball, a competent quarterback, very good play caller, and okay, we're just going to rack up a bunch of points. Cool. Let's try this, because you can only do the same thing for so long till you realize, okay, it's not working. Having the great defense isn't helping. Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields, and the 40 other quarterbacks, please help. Like, let's do something different. Well, now here we are. We're doing something different. Let's see how it goes. But we need some fucking pass rush. I can't make the fucking Max Crosby thing happen. We need to make this happen.
Yeah. Could the Bears be seeing the Bengals in the Super Bowl? Go ahead.
Pardon my language.
You're excused. If Bengals don't win, Burrow wants out.
Ooh.
That man, you think of what would happen to that team if Burrow demands to be traded. Jamar Chase, Higgins. I mean, who are you going to bring in?
I don't know. We saw what happened to them last season when he got hurt.
Yeah. You built this team around basically Burrow, all weapons, no defense. They finally invested into the defense, so we're going to see, man. I think Bengals might be one of those dark horse teams to make the Super Bowl, depending on what happens here. So, and if that defense ends up flushing out.
Yeah, which it looks like, again, because they bring in Dexter Lawrence?
Yeah.
The dude's an animal. And then they have depth. So they got a really good defensive line rotation. Bengals could be a little dark horse. Yeah.
I mean, not that much of a dark horse. I'm sure a lot of people had them kind of in the top 5 to 8, teams that can make it, but still.
Yeah.
If Stevenson and Gordon aren't in the future plans, is the future cornerback opposite of Jalen Muhammad, or probably not on this current team? Well, Gordon's going to be in their future plans for the next couple years, just based off of the extension kicking in.
Yeah.
Stevenson, we might be sitting here at the end of the season wondering if Stevenson did enough to get a second contract from the Bears. And if that's the case, and Muhammad had a good year, Stevenson probably does not get a second contract from the Bears. And Muhammad might be the one who steps in, or maybe Terrell Smith, or something along those lines. So basically it's Muhammad or the field at this point, huh? It's a little early to try to determine if Muhammad's going to be the guy. I think they probably drafted him to be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got some of the traits. I do think he'll end up being a better outside corner than slot corner, nickel corner. So I'm going to be curious to see how that ends up shaking out. But if you had to ask me today, I would say Muhammad's got a pretty good chance to be that cornerback opposite of Jalen. What happens if Jalen ends up going after next season? That's the bigger question there.
Muhammad didn't look good last night.
No.
But you're right. If Jalen goes somewhere else next year, now we're starting from scratch at cornerback.
Yeah. Hey, there's going to be a lot of interesting things that could and might happen, that should happen. Next offseason, man, is going to be a whirlwind. It's going to be the type of chaos that guys like us love to talk about. Let's put it like that. So,
yes.
yeah, it's more of an offensive game right now for sure. Maybe not, but we had respect in the black and blue division for sure.
Yeah, good defenses will get you that for sure. They'll keep you in games. Because right, the games that we would win when we had dominant defenses was like 9-3,
yeah,
14-10, like this super low scoring games, like baseball scores. And now they're going to look like basketball games scores.
Paul saying at Temple, no one gives a crap about respect if you're losing. That's the dung hell has fed us to his fans in the Super Bowl era to cover for him being a miser.
A miser, nice,
yes. Big Mike saying Caleb Rome, LB3, Thomas Raymond, all day, Loveland, Kmet. I ain't scared of any team in this league. Number one offense loading.
Yeah, add Sam Roush to that, because Sam Roush was a guy who kind of had himself a pretty good night last night too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's developing nicely. So, Steve, how about more wide open than Michelle Pfeiffer on Fatal Attraction?
Classic scene when we were kids.
Yeah. Ben wants to be dominant and aggressive in all three phases. Yeah. Can't wait till the lights come on and Dylan Thieneman and he becomes Superman for the Bears, flying around, picking off balls. Noah's checking in. Good morning, Noah. How are you?
Noah, what's up?
Mm-hmm. Look at all the potential Hall of Famers the Rams had in their Super Bowl since '99. They didn't even average 21 points per game. Okay. Temple wants another middle linebacker. Another Brian Urlacher, at least.
We all want another Urlacher.
Yep.
Yes.
It meant Rams' potential Hall of Fame wide receivers. Bruce and Holt during the greatest show on turf. Guessing the Bears will want to keep next game close, winning at the end to roll into the regular season. Wow, miser. Haven't heard that term in a long ass time.
Mm-hmm. But funny, all us old heads knew the word.
Exactly.
Miser, nice.
If left tackle doesn't hold up, Caleb could be taking a lot of hits on and off the field like the 2024 season. Let's hope that it's not that bad.
Oh, don't say that, baller.
Love the Roush kid. I've warmed up to that pick. The only thing I don't like about Roush is his number. He needs to go back to 86 or 80. 87 makes you look slow. The old Tommy Waddle number, huh?
Tommy, yeah, the old Waddle.
All right, man. So where to go from here, huh? Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like, subscribe. Hit that thumbs up for us, guys. Ding the bell for the notifications. With the season coming up, you guys have found us at the new time. So at 9 a.m. on Sundays, 8 o'clock Central on Wednesdays. And we're going to be doing post-game reaction as well during the season. Come the holidays and stuff, the schedule usually gets mixed up a little bit. So pay attention. We'll post it in the Discord. We'll announce it on the show, all that good stuff, so that you guys can make sure that you find us when we go live. But if you ding the bell, you'll get the notifications, so you don't have to worry about doing all that fancy font line.
And also, too, our Discord link is down in the description. So when you get a chance, after the show or whatever, or during the show, go down in there, hit the link, and join our Discord, because the Discord during the game, that was a lot of fun, dude. A lot of guys were chatting it up in the chat in the Discord during the game. That's great. But when it matters, when the games matter, the shit's going to be off the chain. I'm going to be losing my mind, of course, because, I'm a roller coaster ride in itself. But during a football game, my God. Penalties.
Yo, as a wedge, you'd be proud to know that I am letting my kids use the Bluetooth, so I have you on speaker right now, which is a big no-no aboard a plane. Do we have to watch our language? Are you sitting around kids, Jay Grizz, or are we saying F them kids?
I'll watch my mouth.
Yes. What's giving me some hope is this. In 2008, the Cards team that barely lost to the Steelers scored 427 points and gave up 426. We don't want our D to be that bad, but a deep run with a crap D can happen. There you go. Glass half full, Paul. I like it.
That's totally what that is. Good take, Paul. I like it.
Andre checking in, man.
Andre, y'all noticed, good morning.
Any on the bubble guys from other teams you want polls to offer practice squad roster spot too?
Yeah. So you just came in the show, Andre. Thank you for popping in too. Thank you. Yeah, the kid London off the defensive line from the Bengals. If he doesn't make their team, I suggest polls give him a look-see. And then I'm sure across the league, there's probably more. I think Wedge earlier was talking about running back, right? Do we take a look at maybe a running back from another team that doesn't make their team? So, yeah. What say you, Andre? Let us know what you think about that. Are there anybody you're looking at on the bubble that maybe we could fill? The defensive line. We need to fix this defensive line. It has to be done. What was this quarterback's name last night? He looked like fucking Brett Favre out there. We couldn't do shit. Every guy he was throwing to was wide ass open. We weren't getting to him. There was no pressure. My blood pressure's going up again.
Trust me, my kids have heard plenty of F-bombs during the game last night.
They're conditioned. Good. That's good.
I like it. Takeaways for this upcoming season: offense, and more offense. Defense is strictly a time for Courtney to prepare my sandwiches.
Extra mayo, please.
Yes. So big ballers, afraid that somebody's going to come in and poach some of our guys, and Caden Davis, Ahmed. Oh, yeah. I think Scotty Miller might get picked up because I don't think he's making the 53.
Yeah.
And Noah's saying John Johnson. Was that the quarterback's name last night?
Oh, yeah.
Thought of something like that, yeah.
Josh Johnson. He fixed it.
Okay. Would it shock you if Rob doesn't make the Texans that polls would bring him back? Cowboys have a 4th or 5th DN, Sam Williams, with upside. Okay.
You know what? That's not off the table.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little Rob reunion. Because what? Because we don't have bring him back.
Cheap? You'd have to. Yeah. But is Rob better than any of the other guys that we just picked up?
Oh, I mean, than Dio? I mean, I know we just didn't pick up Dio. We've had Dio, but he's better than Dio. He's just as good as Dio. I'll say that, okay? They're like even.
Okay. On the interior, right?
Oh, but interior, Gallimore, I'm happy with Gallimore. I like what I've seen from him so far.
Yeah.
Vandenberg, I'm happy, really happy with what I've seen from him. Street has also shown me some things, too, that I can feel good about. But say Street doesn't work out. Dom Rob was more like an outside guy, though, wasn't he? Or was he all over? He'd play all over.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about Don Rob. I mean, they cut him loose before. Yeah, boy. Unfortunately, I don't think that I don't think it's an upgrade anywhere.
No.
But why? I don't know.
It's good brain exercise, though. That was a good question.
Yeah.
Good comment.
Yeah, boy. I just Don Rob, I'm just meh.
Yeah. Well, there was a reason we let him walk.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a case for him, and I'm really having a hard time making that case. Even starting the case, quite honestly. I don't miss Don Rob. Let's put it like that. I haven't missed him in the offseason. Not once have I said, boy, I really wish we had Don Rob. Maybe that's the best way I could say this. I don't know. But in the end, Andre's got it right, man. Don't let preseason stress you out. We have the regular season and the playoffs for that. Exactly.
Yeah. It all stresses me out, Andre. Okay. Like a lot of people say, the preseason doesn't matter. Yeah. It matters. Now the wins and losses, they don't matter. It doesn't count. But, we're evaluating the depth here. We go through so many players and and it's not just the Bears across the league, man. A lot of teams are getting really, really dinged up.
Mm-hmm.
So depth matters. And then when you see your depth and you're like, this sucks, like, you get a little worried. You're ringing the alarm bells a little bit. But we're chill, Andre. We're chill here. We're relaxing.
Jay Chris. Big Mike, thanks for the vision of Courtney and Kay Adams making us some ham sammies.
Yeah. And wearing some evening wear. Here's your sandwich, boys.
Did Chroma play yesterday? I don't remember seeing him.
He was out there.
Yeah. There wasn't much to see.
Yeah, he did not have a game like he did against the Browns. That was kind of one of our other topics.
Yeah. Who appeared, who disappeared.
Yeah, who disappeared, because a number of players disappeared last night.
Yeah. Maybe before we start talking about the penalties, maybe we could start there. So, who are a couple of players that kind of disappeared from week 1 to week 2 for you?
Oh, well, I'm glad that you asked.
I have a list.
I got a fucking list. It's pages. Like, who didn't show up? I got a list.
Who showed up and who disappeared?
Well, we'll go with True Pilgrim's comment first. Chroma. Disappearing act. He's Houdini. Yeah. Where did you go? Where'd you go? He just didn't have a good game. He didn't flash. He didn't big splash play. Nothing. He was just out there. He was just another body running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Mm-hmm. Should we do like a back and forth? So you started, with Chroma, and then I get to name one, then you get to name one. How about Lynch? Where did he go?
What happened?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
He was living in the backfield last week, and this week he kind of, pulled a Houdini act and disappeared.
Okay, ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Malik Muhammad. Where you at, kiddo? You did pretty good against the Browns, and now all of a sudden you were getting scorched, and we're not around the ball. I don't know if nickel is beginning to be too much for him. I get it. It's probably a very complicated, nuanced position to play. You're a little bit linebacker. You're a little bit cornerback. You're a little bit safety. It's probably not an easy position. He's a young kid, and I'm tired of using the phrase drinking out of a fire hose, but that's probably what he's doing. Did not have a good showing last night. Where did you go?
Ruben Hippolyte. Where'd you go, bro? You kind of gave us that false sense of security last week that, you might work out. But this week, I saw you bust coverages. I saw you overrun plays and just disappear. I get it. You still ended up, I think, with around 6 or 7 tackles. But Where'd you go, bro?
Caden Davis. Where'd you go,
one.
man? You were all over, flying all over the place, catching balls and always wide open. Now you're fumbling special team returns and not open and not catching the ball. What happened, Caden Davis? What happened?
Mm-hmm. My turn.
Yeah.
Case Keenum. Where'd you go, bro?
Oh.
158.3 passer rating last week. You come in, you have the opportunity to set the tone for this team after the one drive that the starters got, but you disappeared, man. Look slow. The one thing that was really obvious, and we talked about it last week when we saw Caleb or Tyson Bagent in there and Keenum, we saw a little bit of a drop off. But when you go from Caleb to Keenum, and Keenum's a good quarterback, guys, like, he's a third stringer. I'm not, totally calling him out, but boy, the arm talent, like you said before, is so different between a starter versus a backup. I mean, Keenum's got to throw with like 2 seconds of anticipation where, the starter doesn't necessarily need to do that. So Case Keenum, where'd you go, bro? This might have to be a new segment, man. I'm enjoying this.
This is good, huh? Especially when you've got so many to choose from.
Yeah,
it
maybe
makes
that's
the segment correct, but it does make it fun. If I didn't say it already, J.P. Richardson, another guy who flashes a lot, has been known to flash even from last season, preseason games. Where were you at last night? What happened to you other than, again, muffin punt? Or was it the kickoff that he shouldn't have taken out of the end zone? He shouldn't have taken it out. That was him, right? That wasn't Caden Davis. That was JP. And and just like not open, and I don't know what the hell I think he had, I don't know what his stats were. Do you have box scores? I wanted to say he didn't have any catches, but he might have had one.
Caden, right? Or JP?
Yeah, well, get both of them.
Okay, so stats for receiving, JP had 5 grabs for 48 yards.
Oh, he caught 5. Wow.
Yeah, I knew he had quite a bit, but 0 grabs for Caden Davis. Yeah, okay, was only targeted once, though.
Who muffed the punt? Did they both muff a punt or a kickoff?
Yeah, they both did. Actually, Caden Davis might have been a muff punt, which he did get credited for a fumble on. And then JP was the one who dropped the ball in the end zone, then decided to take it out instead of just taking a knee, and then only took it out to like the 9. So
there you go. Yeah.
So, all right. Enough of, who disappeared. Who showed out for you? The obvious one. I'll give you the layup.
Yeah, I mean, we covered it already. He was the MVP of the game for us. I don't want to recycle Vandenberg all the time, but he was the bright spot to what was a very disappointing showing by the Bears. Were there any others besides Vandenberg?
You know who I thought had a lot of good reps? Jaden Loving, number 91, the UDFA from Wake Forest. I thought he played a really good game when he had his opportunity, man. I'm really starting to like this kid. Like, this kid, I think, has something that they can develop. Learn, checking in, man. So
Learns in the building.
I think he could be something that, could be a piece for this team in the future. Another one of those diamonds in the rough, so to speak, from polls. So I'm curious to see what this guy will be able to do.
I wonder, do you think he'll make think he's going to make the practice squad?
Yeah, I definitely think that he has the opportunity to. I don't think anybody would be willing to sign them to the 53 to poach him from the practice squad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he would clear waivers, and that would be a nice piece to keep on the practice squad.
Sam Roush, I think, really he shined last night too. We got to see a little bit more of his pass catching prowess, which was good, right? Because you see his size, you know about his blocking. He's a very good blocker, but you wonder how can he be implemented in a pass catching role, and he showed out last night. It was good to see him out there and catching the ball, because again, once we start getting into the regular season and we're running 13 personnel very heavily, the kid creates problems for defenses because of his size, and then they'll wonder, can this guy even catch balls? Well, he can.
Tribe's checking in, man. Agree.
Tribe, thanks for joining us, and you speak of my language.
In case you guys are wondering where that came from, y'all lost Ben Johnson, and you get to keep Dan Campbell's ankle biters. So, Andre's saying it would be wild if Jordan and Jaden are the two best interior defensive linemen, and NFL politics would stop them both from making the team.
So, okay, this could be a real factor, but I don't think Ben Johnson plays that shit.
Yeah, I don't think so either, man.
He doesn't care what your contract is. He doesn't care what your name is on the back of your jersey. If you're not performing, you're not playing. If you are performing, then you are playing, because that could be a thing. That would actually be a past Bears thing, actually. And maybe most NFL teams, now that I think about it, if you were drafted high, it's like they have to force you into the starting lineup. Well, because we spent so much resources on you. But if the guy sucks and he's not helping the team, you put him on the sidelines and let the players who are actually helping the team be on the field. So I have confidence in Ben. He's not going to play that crap. If Vandenberg and Love are playing good football, they'll be out on the grass.
Well, I mean, if they want to put their money where their mouth is here too, right? They came straight out that Kyler has to earn his position back. When he finally makes it back, he's not going to be handed the starting role. He needs to earn it back.
He lost his job
to injury, which is saying something, right? It's just
it's a mental injury.
Yes, that's what it seems like at this point. I really don't want to wrap this show talking about penalties, though. We might just glaze over that. I really don't want to end on a sour note.
Just give us the facts.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it there.
Okay, good. 11 penalties, guys. Way too many. And some of these penalties were just drive killers. Braxton Jones holding penalty on the backside. We talked about it earlier. Devastating. Procedure penalties. Formation penalties. You can't have it. And it seemed to me like it was mostly on the offense. There was, I think, a few defensive holding penalties, but mostly on the offense and geared around the offensive line. I do not want to see this become an issue again. We dealt with that at the beginning of last year. They cleaned it up. It got better. And surprisingly, the offense was a lot more fluid after they got that fixed. Weird, huh? So you're not dealing with 1st and 20 all the time. But I'm sure that will be a point of emphasis during this week, is making sure that that doesn't become habit for this team. I'm not going to make any excuses for the team. It has to get better. 100% has to get better.
Oh, and Ben knows it.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the look on his face at the press conference.
Yeah.
They're gonna be working on that. They're going to need to because they're off to Tennessee this weekend, who I think Gav isn't here. I thought Gav would be here all week. Maybe we'll see him Wednesday night because he'll want to tote his Titans defense that has been a bit rebuilt over there. Going to be a good test for our left tackle position going out there to go up against their defensive line, who's pretty stout.
Yep.
So left tackle position really needs to get nailed down, boys.
We saw Simmons before. The dude's an absolute beast. So the line will have another person that they need to account for. And it will be a good test, man. It will be a good test for this offensive line to kind of see where they're at and continue to move forward. I have zero expectations on the starters playing anything during the game, especially if they're trying to figure out the back half of this roster. Kind of what Big Baller's saying here. We're just trying to find out who's making the roster and who's not. We're trying to figure out the back half. That's what that whole, 3/4 of that game was all about yesterday. That's what it's going to be for this upcoming game as well. You might see a couple series tops, 1 or 2, if they decide to play the starters. I would be shocked if they do.
You beat me to it. I think they will. You got to get a touchdown. I would think if they would have scored a touchdown on that opening drive last night, we wouldn't see them this game against the Titans. But because they only came away with 3, they're going to want one more bite at the apple.
Yeah. What Ben Johnson said, the starters got 9 reps.
Yep.
And it wasn't even the complete starters. So.
Grizz says, yep, Baller, just trust the process. So I think this was a factor too. We could have seen different, maybe a different performance out of the offense hadn't Bajent if he didn't miss the game. He could be a little bit more exciting than Case Keenum. So when we blow a team out in the preseason, can we celebrate? Or we can celebrate, but when we lose, it does matter. I don't understand. I think he's talking to somebody else.
Yeah, I think kind of the collective others.
Yeah. Chicago Bears 1985. Bear down, Chicago. Yes, sir, bear down. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining Chicago Bears 1985. That was a glorious year of our Lord, 1985. Thank you for joining us. Learns like, yeah, bear down, 1985. Woo! We all love 1985. Roast beef. Good to see you, sir.
Been a minute, roast beef.
Yeah, a little bit. Jones would be much more respected if it weren't for his holdings. Well, yeah, and that damn bull rush.
Yeah,
you saw that he's just getting pushed right into the quarterback's lap all the time. He has no choice but to hold. He's holding on for the ride.
Yeah,
as he turns into a sled.
Or a turnstile. I'm opening.
Jiminy Christmas.
Almost knocked over my mic there.
Jay Grizz, injuries shall and will ravage every NFL team, and at least Bear injuries have occurred early. Meanwhile, other teams are praying and hoping and wishing with fingers crossed it won't happen to them. So, Grizz, I had said this previously, right? Where, you know what, these hard physical practices that Ben's known for and now that they're doing, he's getting the injuries out of the way now. Because everybody's going to suffer injuries. But let's go ahead and get ours out of the way now so that mid to later in the season, our guys are full go, ready to go, providing they don't get hurt too bad. Luckily, we can knock on wood. We've gotten away. Besides Kobe Bryant, we've gotten away with kind of minor stuff. You boys are rolling in the chats today. Here we go. Man, doesn't matter. I got you. Bear to F down, everybody. Baller says we got Ben Johnson as our head coach, not Nagy or Eberflus. And that is the tell-all be-all for me. That is what I will lean on heavily, is like, especially with Bears fans who are very conditioned to how the Bears organization used to run and how the organization used to flow. This isn't them. This isn't Matt Nagy in 2018. That's not what this is. This is Ben Johnson, baby. Ben Johnson knows what he wants. He knows what he sees, and he will make the alterations as he deems fit. And any player that he puts in a certain position, I just trust that this is what Ben wants. So then if it's good enough for Ben, it's good enough for Ezra. That's how I roll.
In Ben we trust, 100%.
Yeah.
And Ben's not one of these guys that will rest on the laurels after winning a few games, which Nagy's downfall, right? Oh, yeah, man, I'm believing the hype. We're good. Everybody says we're good, so we're good. No, that's not how Ben operates. That's the huge difference between those guys there. So,
absolutely.
Andre's saying that starters should play the first half. Try to clean up the mental mistakes, man. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. It'd be nice to see them go out, execute, show good rhythm, all get on the same page, and then you roll into the regular season and then go from there, man. So Temple obviously was there for the whole run in 85.
What a season that was. Woo.
Mm-hmm. Lauren brings up a good point here too. They won't let Braxton get pulled like he did last season. Roush is going to live over there with them. Big Baller saying Hayden Large might get picked up by another team. One of those guys, I clearly remember like going to my phone to check numbers, but I saw this number 43 take on a DN straight up and stoned him. I'm like, is 43 Hayden Large? And sure enough, it was. I was impressed by this kid. It was the one rep that I clearly remember him, just dominating. I didn't remember seeing him a ton after that, but I thought the same thing. I was like, damn, this kid's holding up over there against the DN. Like, good for this kid. And the dude is big. Large isn't just his last name, man. That dude is a mountain of a person as well. So I think him and Sam Roush probably pretty similar in terms of makeup there. So what will our special teams be like this year?
Wow. Should be better because it's not going to be Caden Davis or JP Richardson fielding the ball. It's going to be Khalif Raymond and Xavier Thomas. So it should be a bit better than what we've seen thus far.
I'll never trust the kicker. I'm just going to leave it at that.
So that side of it. Okay. Yeah. Well, when it comes to Cairo Santos, who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Yep. Woo. Okay. Kickers. Yeah. So hopefully better, man. Let's put it like that. With the returners that we have, I feel pretty confident on that side of it. Hopefully we don't have to kick that many field goals this year, right? All he's doing is lining up for extra points. So,
yeah.
Boy, we were talking about this. I see a lot of you guys talking about 13 personnel and helping the tackles out and stuff. I think for very specific reasons, they haven't run a whole lot of that package. I think I commented it in the Discord that I don't remember seeing a whole lot of 13. He's kind of keeping those for the regular season. But I also think that they're putting some of these guys out on an island on purpose to see what exactly they can do. And I think the left tackle or the tackles in general are getting almost one-on-one reps during the game. Like they're manufacturing how these guys are getting set up and how they're going to have to block it to get a true depiction of what these guys could be. So come the regular season, I'm not worried about or as worried about it because, yes, there will be chips. There will be game plans for it. There will be plays that will take advantage of it. It was funny. I saw the same play like 3 times yesterday, and I can't remember the time where I seen the Bears run a play 3 times in a single game. It was that QB roll out to the left, play action to the right, roll out to the left. We saw Caleb hit it to Colston. Keenum had a shot at it, and Moss had a shot at it later on. So that tells you in a nutshell that what everything that we thought and that we knew, that this playbook is very vanilla at this point, and you're going to see the same set of plays over and over just to see how they execute them. They're probably core plays that, these guys need to learn how to execute. Go from there. Roast Beef says Roshan's a blue chip special teamer, so that might be his way to make it onto the roster.
Yeah, if he does make the roster, that's what it's going to be for.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you what, though, I saw Ahmed gunning on punts, and he looked pretty good too, man. Dude's fast as hell.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Temp says, man, I miss Devin Hester. We all miss Devin Hester, man.
Woo. The league misses a Devin Hester, that's for sure. Especially, it would be awesome to see Devin Hester in this new kickoff rules to see, if that was something that he could continue to dominate, like if that would be a plus for him, or if that makes it harder for like an elite returner like that to get the true picture of what this new kickoff rule is doing.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to see that, man. So, what's wrong with Braxton's inability to handle a bull rush? Is it genetics, strength and conditioning? They aren't getting him stronger.
It might be those skinny legs.
Yeah, and he's had lower body injuries, so it's pretty tough to anchor when you got a bum flipper. That's for sure. So.
Yeah.
Burden led all rookies in yards last year for routes ran down the stretch. He was awesome after the catch. Burden and Colston playing the whole year. Another great year in coming. Agree, man. Agree. Swift in the contract year. Expect a great year from him. Words on him coming out of camp is he looks like he's, a step above where he was last year. So I'm excited to see that. We didn't get a chance to see any of them. I'm sure, especially with Benungai being down, you got to keep him healthy. You can't risk it. So, but
nope.
Supposedly Swift is showing out.
Best camp ever.
Mm-hmm. I wrote speak Cordell Patterson was the closest thing to him, to which Learn reminds everybody that Patterson can't hold Hester's cup.
He can't, but he said it was the next closest thing.
Mm-hmm. Go Pack Go up there says 365 subscribers already, man.
364, what?
Woo!
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. As a matter of fact, if you guys are watching, you want to give a thumbs up. If you didn't already subscribe to the channel. But a thumbs up goes a long way too. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and all that good stuff. If you enjoy talking about Bears and come joining the chat, again, subscribe and like it. Do all that good stuff and come on back. We love having you guys.
Mm-hmm. Andre, man. Andre is, he's made himself feel right at home, but we love it, man. Xavier Thomas, do you think he might have a bigger impact on special teams or in the offense this year?
Ooh, nice.
Great question.
That's a trick question because it could be both. He could be a nice contributor to both.
Yeah. I feel like our return room is stacked at this point, don't you? I mean, I feel like we just have a ton of options. They've used Alexander, Caden Davis. We know Khalif Raymond can do it. Xavier Thomas is supposed to do it. Blackwell, I've seen him back there in the preseason.
Yeah.
That's a great question, man. For the Bears offense, I hope it's within the offense this year, because that means in this crowded room of weapons, he is still making plays. So that would be exciting for me on that. But yeah, oof. To be determined, man. I can't wait to see what the answer to this is going to be.
Yeah. Good question.
Can the Bears have a rookie of the year on their team?
Ooh. For a while there, I thought it was going to be Thieneman, like as a defensive rookie of the year. But
Leroy,
kids, he's swimming up a waterfall and he's having a tough time. Maybe it'll take him a few weeks to settle down, and then that's when he'll take off. I don't know. Time will tell. But there's some good defensive rookies out there.
If there is, I think Thieneman would be the top candidate for a couple of reasons. One, he's going to most likely start week 1. So he'll have the entire season. 2, from what I've seen week to week from the kid, it seems like he's starting to play faster. Yeah, which he's getting a little bit better each week, which, the old adage, go out there and get 1% better today. And I think the kid has done it. Him losing Kobe Bryant as a sounding board, I think hurts, but they brought in Woods, who was kind of a non-existent factor in this last game, is still 10 years of experience to lean on. So that's a good backup in terms of, having that knowledge there, a ton of starts in the NFL. So yeah, I would say if they do, I think Thieneman's going to be the guy. Logan Jones, I don't think he's going to get the start. I think he's going to have a tough time beating out Bradbury this year. I really do. Based off of what we've seen and what we've been hearing. Sam Roush, that tight end room, I think somebody said it earlier, is freaking loaded. It would be tough for him to get a ton of grabs. So Thieneman would probably be it. I would say so, and which could be a possibility, man. He goes out and has himself like 6-7 picks for sure. He would be there.
That could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
you, Temple. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
The chat's on fire for sure today, so you picked a good day to find us. So thank you guys for showing out. Everybody's calling out Blackwell's play as well. So, core special teamer last week didn't have the greatest week of coverage, but he was eating up snaps back there, so I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, no, what he brings to special teams is so valuable. The dude's like if there was a Pro Bowl for special teamers, he would be a part of that year in and year out.
Mm-hmm. So,
boys.
Showing out today, man. Yeah.
Big Mike. What a great show. Go ahead, Wedge. Give us our salutations.
Thank you for joining us. And if you haven't already, man, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, ding the bell. The likes totally help us, guys. Puts us out in the algorithm. It allows other people like Temple and Andre to be able to find us. So if you have other Bears fans, invite them on in. Check the links as well. We do have a Discord in which we are very active in, especially during the games. Come regular season games, it's going to be lit, as the kids say. So make sure to click on all those fun links. We post all kinds of stuff in there during the week. So cheers to you all as well. Thank you for joining us. Next Wednesday, we will be going live again. So make sure to see us then. Till then, bear down.